video to describe what I'd like to see with our assignment number 2. So you've seen assignment 2 is posted. You can go onto Blackboard. You can download this document in detail. It gives an overview of what I'm looking for. And I thought just to help make sure everyone understands an example of what I'm looking for, I got a little program to share with you. So there's two versions of this program you can hand in. One's sort of the minimum version where you're going to create, I did mine with a student class. So you're going to create a class. For example, I have student here, and the goal is you would create a main method a GUI, where you could create instances of your students. So if I just hit create student, right now it'll say, first name has to start with uppercase letters, and you can see it put little red squares around it just to indicate something's wrong. So I say Garrett, maybe something like that. And then I can go in here and I select the date, and you can see here if the date I picked, it automatically updated the age. Try to figure that out. And if I go to mail, I've added in this little kind of fun selector, so I can change my avatar if I want to. So there's a businessman here. The thing with the requirements is it's looking for several different ways. You need at least four instance variables in your class. So in mine, I have first name, last name, birthday, gender, and an image. That's a total of 5. And in the GUI, what I'm looking for is something beyond just using, I don't want to see labels, text field, label, text fields, and a button, right? Like, it needs to be a little more sophisticated. You need to demonstrate an understanding of how to use some of these GUI products. So for example, here I'm using labels and text fields, but I'm also using a date picker, radio buttons. With the radio buttons, I'm using a toggle group. This is a slider, this element here, and a button. And you can see I'm using an image view object on top of a button and some more labels. So make sure that your GUI has enough components. I mean, if you want to start just to get it running, use like labels and text fields, that's fine. But you need to evolve it to include some other elements as well. So let's see here. So if I try to create this student, it's doing some validation. So all of your inputs should have some form of validation with them. In this case, the student's the wrong age. So if I update their age, let's just the year 2000 and say create. And then what it does is down here in the console, it's created an instance of a student, and it's just printing it to the console. So if I go into my controller class here, let me zoom in a little for you. I have a method in here. Create a student. So it's going to read from my, it's going to read from the GUI, and it's going to create a student object. And if it successfully creates a student object, I print it to the console. If it doesn't create a student object, it's going to throw an illegal argument exception and an update an error message on the GUI so that the user has a positive experience. They know what's gone wrong. Now, the bonus version of this assignment, for those that would like to earn a little bonus marker too, in this one, it's the same start. Oh, I should mention as well that all of the student class, which is, I'm calling it in the assignment the model class, because I don't know what type of object you're trying to model, but I've called it the student class here. Yours maybe is a computer class or whatever is important to you. But it has to be under automated test. So if I right click on it and I go to test with JCO coverage, I should be able to see that it comes up. And although my total project isn't under test, all I'm interested in is the model class, the specific model class that you've created, or if it's classes. And in here, what I'm going to look for is that all of the methods are 100% under automated test. The exception to that is if you're using a GUI element as part of your object. So in this case, I have an image as part of the student. The problem with that is that you actually need a different testing harness. So rather than get involved with that in this course, you do not need to create tests for GUI objects, but all of your other methods should be 100% under automated test, and all of your sorry, oh, it's the wrong section here. And all of your model class should be under automated test, but I should also have Java doc comments. So you can see all this detailed in the rubric. It is broken down quite a bit. And then for the bonus, let's run this. So for the bonus activity, oops, things right here. What I have here is I'm creating a course that holds students. So I've created another type of class to hold instances of my other class. And again, here you can see it does validation, make sure that when I create a course, it has to have a title. I don't know, course. In this case, I decided all of our courses have to start with computers. And if I say create, here, if the student registered in the course, there's none, so I don't see any students in here. I can create a new student and put in a couple students. We can choose maybe a fun scientist person here and say create student. And now you see how it's jumping back between scenes. And this student is now populated in here. If I click on it, I can actually see their image. And if I add another student, Aldante, and let's see, Al, I like that guy. Oh, first name must start with an uppercase letter. Uh-oh. Oh, I put a space in there. It's an error message. But now if I click between these two, I can see the different avatars, and I can go back in this update. So the idea is, instead of printing to the console, I'm going to jump to a new scene, and I'm going to show a list of all of the objects that I've created so far. So that's for the bonus marks. If you have any questions on the assignment, please come see me. I'm very happy to answer your questions. I did break this assignment into two pieces. The first piece is a lab, so that you can get some feedback on your model class. And the full assignment is due December the 7th at 5 p.m. So be careful to make sure to give yourself enough time and to give yourself enough time to get support to finish this with good quality. Thanks very much.